What's up, guys? No, I didn't disappear. I was just out of town on business, didn't have my laptop, couldn't really put the final touches on my videos that I would have liked. So, I didn't get any videos out for the last couple weeks, and for that I'm sorry, but I figured I'd bring it back with something back to the basics, my roster review of Darth Vader. This has been a long time coming, but, I thought about doing a review for him when he hit 7 stars. I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't do it right when he hit 7 stars, because now I get to do it with the Zeta. So, Darth Vader, obviously known for his large health pool. His speed is average, maybe a little bit below average now that more characters have been added to the game, and the speed median seems to be really going up. And his potency is, it's alright. It can be made more or less very good with mods and everything else. So, other than that, his crit chance leaves a little bit to be desired, but that's kind of what mods are for, right? Boosting those stats that aren't quite up to where you would really like them to be. Now, his basic attack is called Terrifying Swing. It deals physical damage to a target enemy with an 80% chance to inflict ability block for 1 turn. Jedi targets cannot evade or resist the effects of this attack, which is nice, especially since General Kenobi likes to throw foresight everywhere, so you can dig through that foresight and still hit those Jedi. His first special ability is called Force Crush. It deals physical damage to all enemies and inflicts speed down and 3 damage over time effects for 2 rounds. Now, that is with the Omega. The Omega adds the speed down effect. His last special attack is Culling Blade. It deals physical damage to target enemy and dispels all debuffs on them. This attack deals 50% more damage for each effect dispelled and grants 100% turn meter on a finishing blow. This attack can't be evaded. Essentially, having Darth Vader on your squad against Jedi, especially Jedi with Zeta, Qui-Gon Jinn, or General Kenobi, is going to be nice because you'll be able to get through those foresights and still land those attacks. His leader ability is Inspiring Through Fear. Empire and Sith allies gain 30% offense and have 50% chance to remove 20% turn meter when they damage an enemy. This turn meter removal can't be resisted. While Darth Vader is alive, enemies immediately regain damage over time for 2 turns whenever damage over time expires on them. Now, the wording there kind of implies that it will only come back if it expires. It also comes back if it is removed or dispelled by any means. Now, Darth Vader's shards are found in 2 places. Well, 3 if you include achievements. You can find his shards in the fleet shipments, thanks to Kip for handing me that screenshot there, and in Shard Shop. The Shard Shop, now occasionally you can get those elusive devil drops in the Shard Shop for Darth Vader, but that is also another reason to keep your Shard Shop currency at least up there in the 600 to 1,000 range, so that you can definitely buy those Darth Vader shards when they pop up. Now, that was a little bit of a funny bug. I thought that was kind of funny, so I included that battle, even though it was really, really short. Now, Darth Vader's Zeta is often perceived as one of the best Zetas in the game. It was honestly my first Zeta, and the reason I went with the Darth Vader Zeta on my first one was honestly because I wasn't really getting anywhere in arenas, and at the time, Darth Vader was one of the best leads in arenas. Darth Maul was also a very good leader in arenas, however, my Darth Maul was only at like 4 stars and gear 8 when I had the mats to do my first Zeta ability, whereas my Darth Vader was sitting at 7 stars, gear 10, ready to rock. So I went ahead and did the Darth Vader Zeta, also because I had Shore Trooper at gear 9 or 10 at the time, and my TIE Fighter pilot was at gear 10 as well. So I was already pretty much 3/5 of the way towards a very, very strong Darth Vader Zeta squad. Especially, and 4 out of 5 characters, really, if you include Emperor Palpatine, and then of course my General Kenobi was pretty much sitting right there, and you know, running General Kenobi on any squad is pretty much a recipe for success. So I just pretty much went with Vader because I had the supporting crew to actually have some success with that, and Zader or Z Vader, however you want to say it or word it, actually did me a solid. I was able to climb up into the top 50 and kind of hover between 20 and 50 for the better part of a couple months. So I would consider Darth Vader a very strong Zeta for arenas. You can also watch Smithy D's videos on Zeta abilities, and he would probably agree that Darth Vader is one of the best Zetas in the game. In fact, I think on his recent top 5 Zeta abilities, Zeta Leader abilities, not Zeta in general, because there are a lot of very good Zeta uniques. But as far as Zeta Leader abilities go, I think he placed Vader either number 1 or number 2. So Vader, very strong Zeta ability. I still think that is one of the best Zeta abilities in the game, not just for arenas. It is less potent in arenas anymore, especially given the fluidity of the meta. I've seen 4 real meta leads right now in arenas, and that is Maul, Vader, Rex, and Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn. So as far as Zader goes, Zeta Vader, I would say that his leader ability as far as arenas is still potent, however not the most potent out there. You won't see a whole lot of Zeta Vaders in the top 5 or top 10 in arenas. Maybe 1 or 2 in a couple servers, but mostly it's dominated by Maul. Now, where Zeta Vader really shines is on the raids. Rancor especially. Zeta Vader is basically how I soloed the Rancor for the first time. I'm not a big fan of Ewoks. In case you haven't seen any of my other videos, I'm not a fan of Ewoks. So I didn't want to or have any desire to take my Teebo past Gear 8. And if you're going to solo the Rancor with Teebo, he needs to be at really Gear 9 or 10. So I had no desire to solo the Rancor beyond Phase 1 with my Gear 8 Teebo. I was happy with that. Now, after I got Zeta Vader, of course, I had to put it to the test. So first thing I did, I went and I built a little crew, and the first time I tried, I got through probably Phase 2. I think I died somewhere in the middle of Phase 3, but that was because I wasn't really using the best squad. Now, the best squad that I found to actually solo the Rancor was this squad you see on screen. Obviously, Vader in the lead with Qui-Gon Jinn, because his chance to remove turn meter is slightly higher than that 50%. Sidious, rather Zated, Darth Sidious, because that extra potency, you're going to land all those extra dots. My Darth Sidious is sitting at like 70-something% crit, so I land a lot of extra dots. So those are also very handy, especially under Vader, because those dots just don't go away. And then I ran Rex, because obviously his basic attack has a 100% chance to remove turn meter, obviously rolled against the tenacity of your target. And then I ran TIE Fighter Pilot, because he's fast, he hits hard, and he applies tenacity down with his basic, which helps with not necessarily having to stack a whole lot of potency on your Rex or Qui-Gon Jinn. Now, Qui-Gon Jinn is very easy to stack very high potency, so it's not that big of an issue, but my Rex, I was able to do that with a Rex who was sitting at maybe 39% potency, so the tenacity down really helped, especially in phases 2, 3, and 4, where the Rancor has slightly higher tenacity than the Gamorrean Captain. So that's where Zader really shines. Now, also in the tank raid, I've found him very potent for phases 2, 3, and 4. You can run him with TIE Fighter Pilot, 3 tanks in phase 3, and basically just wreak havoc on the robot captain there, the B2 rocket battle droid. And then his dots also are very, very handy for taking out those side turrets on phases 2 and 4. You land those dots and they just don't go away, so eventually those turrets will kill themselves. So if you want to focus on the main hull a little bit more and just kind of let the topples come as they will, you can also use a Vader with Sidious, or Darth Sidious with a Zeta, to get a little extra damage on that hull, or maybe focus a little bit more on the hull on phases 2 and 4. Now, other things that Vader is good for. You don't need to Zeta your Vader to have fun. Vader is a great supporting asset to really any Empire or Sith squad. I see Vader all the time on Zeta Maul squads, on Emperor Palpatine lead squads, especially under Emperor Palpatine, because every time Darth Vader lands one of those damage over time effects with his Force Crush, he's going to get almost guaranteed to get max turn meter under a Emperor Palpatine lead with his leader ability. Now, under Maul, I mean, if he's stealthed, comes out of stealth, has advantage, and then has Culling Blade ready to go on a fully debuffed target, you're looking at a guaranteed crit on your Culling Blade. And that, my friends, can be deadly. Culling Blade is capable of doing immense damage. For example, right there with the door down on the Rancor and a guaranteed crit, 548,000, almost 549,000 damage on a Culling Blade with all of those dots stacked up from Vader and Sidious. And you know what? Every single one of those dots came right back. That's why Vader is the king of the Rancor right now. So Vader, lots of fun. You don't need to run him in lead to have fun. And really, honestly, you can run Darth Vader behind almost any lead, and he's just a good supporting cast because he has that high health, relatively high defense. He has a very good capability for doing a lot of damage, especially if you stack him with other supporting characters that are capable of landing negative status effects to really make that Culling Blade right there click, really make it do a lot of damage. Darth Vader has the potential to be very, very dangerous on pretty much any squad you run him with, but obviously excels the most with Sith. Now, I'd like to apologize again for not getting any videos out in a really long time. I've been really busy last couple weeks. Like I said, I was out of town, didn't have my laptop, didn't want to just throw videos out to you guys without any, fun little thumbnails and stuff like that. So I want to apologize again for not getting any videos out for you guys in a while. And this is the first roster review I've done since Boba Fett, and I really apologize for that. But if you want to watch Boba Fett, it's up there in the corner. Click it. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Like, favorite, subscribe. And as always, guys, I will catch you next time.